Doing Zeke here. Just thought I'd bring you guys a quick video this morning. We're going to be going over a Dekker build today. Her abilities, what's really good for her, how to play her effectively. I've already got gameplay of Dekker up on the channel, so go ahead and check that out. If you, I do use this deck for that video as well. So check that video out if you want to see some gameplay of this deck. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So Dekker is a support character. She has quite a few, I would say, incredibly useful abilities to help you support your carry on right lane. The number one ability you want to use for Dekker is her Stasis Bomb. Now, her Stasis Bomb, it bounces, it does damage, but it stuns in an area for 0.7 seconds. Now, it's really, really good if you're going in on an enemy and you have that Stasis Bomb, toss that thing, lock them down for a second. I've secured so many kills with Dekker just off of that one ability by itself. It's also good for escapes. If you're being chased, you can turn, you can stun them real quick, you can get the hell out of there quick. It is extremely useful. That's definitely the number one ability you do want to use for Dekker. That's her square ability. I'm not sure what it is on PC. I think maybe. Next, you want to get her slow bubble. Her slow bubble is it's sort of like Mario's bubble as far as radius, but instead of shielding and doing damage, it slows the enemy and does damage. It doesn't do that much damage, so I'll definitely save that for escapes. Or again, if you're trying to lock down that kill for your carry or your jungler, or whoever you're trying to, or if there's middle of a team fight, you definitely want to throw that out there. Slow them down. Support your team. That's your job. Support your team. Make sure they get out. Etc. etc. Now, Dekker can be quite slippery, which I really like about her. She's got this rocket boots. It does launch her a good height up. You can traverse terrain with that. There's a little edge right or prime. The river. There's quite a few little ledges that you can jump up, escape your enemies, get the hell out of there, get back to supporting your team. Now, Dekker's ult, it's got to be hands down one of my favorite ults in the game. Containment Field. Now, it only lasts for 3 seconds at level 1. I believe 6 seconds at level 4, I think. Don't hold me to that. But it's a big fence. Basically, you're building the wall. But it's a big fence around your enemies where you can lock people in. You can combo that with other ults. You can combo that with Howitzer's ult. Really solid combo there. You can combo that with Gideon's ult, again, really good. Aurora's ult. It's a really good way to lock down opponents. That's basically a, hey, we win this team fight button. It's really solid. Now, if you play Dekker right, you can keep your enemies locked in. You can keep your teammates alive, and I've used that for her ult just to get away myself. If you feel like you're not going to get out, pop your ult at your feet, run like hell. So into the deck building guide. Again, this is geared towards support. So this is to keep your teammates alive and your enemies locked down as often as you can. So I usually start out with the Centurion card. That's my prime card. But I start the game off with a Circle of Health. Now, this is your dummy card. You're not going to put anything in this because you're going to be getting rid of this later. So Circle of Health gives you 30 mana right off the bat, but it gives you health regen aura to yourself and nearby allies. Now, 2.8 health regen is vital for your carry, because if you know anything about playing a carry, they're incredibly squishy. Retardedly so. After my Circlet of Health, I usually go into my Lord's Ward. My Lord's Ward, that's my Shadow Ward. I put three 2-point health cards in there. That gives me a little bit of extra health early game. That's really, really helpful. After Lord's Ward, there's a couple of different directions I like to go. Excuse me. I usually like to go with Quenching Scales. Now, if you don't know what Quenching Scales does, it's probably one of the most useful cards in the game for me as a support. So you can heal yourself and nearby allies for 225 health, which is great, but it also gives them 21 basic armor for 20 seconds. 20 seconds in Paragon is easily the length of a team fight early game. Now, that only activates once you got that fully upgraded bonus, so that's why I've got the two 2s in here. Or the 3 2s. 2 cost, you know what I mean. I've got one 2-point health card, and I've got two 2-point mana regen cards. So that'll definitely help keep you in the fight longer. You can heal yourself, you can heal your teammates, depends on the situation. After that, I usually like to go with Thorn Greenweave, my first of two. I've got 2 Minor Strikes and a Barrier token in here, and a Barrier card in here. That's definitely keep you alive. As a support, you shouldn't be getting hit too much, but on the off chance you do, you want to be able to stay alive. And the Minor Strike, just for a little bit of extra power, just in case you need to lock down and kill by yourself. After Thorn Greenweave, and again, this Thorn Greenweave is a throwaway card. You'll use it early game or mid game. I don't usually use it late game. I'll switch that up for my other Thorn Greenweave. But after that, I usually like to go for either Tempest Pearl or Honor the Pure. Usually I'll go for Honor the Pure, simply just because you don't have to put any cards into that card to get its active, which is really, really nice. It's a 6-point card, so it can be a little pricey, but again, you're not going to be putting anything into this, so it's not a huge deal. But you consume 100 mana to shield yourself and nearby allies for 3 seconds, absorbing up to 125 plus 25 times your player level of damage. It's only for 3 seconds, but that can save you from a Morigesh ult, a Murdoch ult. It can save your teammates from those. Really, really useful. I've saved my jungle, my carry, numerous times with just that shield alone. Now, if you combo that with Quenching Scales, you're just about guaranteed to tank any sort of an ult that's going to be coming your way. Save maybe Countess's ult. Countess's ult, if you get hit by that, chances are she's going to combo into all sorts of other abilities that you don't want to deal with. And moving on, you've also got another Thorn Greenweave in this. Thorn Greenweave, this is my tanky Thorn Greenweave. I've got a 3-point Beta Barrier and 2 Barrier cards. Very, very tanky. Hopefully you won't be getting hit by a lot of basic attacks as a support. Your main worry is going to be, Countess's Dark Wave, Howitzer's Missile, etc., etc. Revenant's Obliterate can be extremely painful. So I like to keep that all the way till the end of the game. That's definitely a keeper for me. Now you've got a couple of other cards here that I don't always use. My Genesis Torch, if I really feel like I need to get more tanky, if I feel like I'm dying a lot, and I need to keep my teammates alive for longer, I'll pop the Genesis Torch. I got 2 Beta Barriers in there and a Barrier token. Keep you alive for longer. That puts you at quite a bit of ability armor. Keep you alive, keep you in the fight. Very, very important that you stay alive as a support. That's what you want. I don't use the Celestian Diamond a lot. That's if I need to stay in the fight. If I'm running out of mana, I'll use that. But that's a very situational card. If I feel like I can't back as often as I would like for mana. Then you've got the Chrono Spike. Now the Chrono Spike is definitely a must-have for me, because I want to be able to get those stasis bombs off as quickly as possible. Now it's a 5-point card, definitely worth it though, because fully upgraded you get a 10% cooldown reduction on all your abilities. That includes your ult, your stasis bomb, your slowing bubble, etc., etc. Especially your rocket boots. That's definitely very helpful for your rocket boots. Get away. I only put 3 basic manas in this, just because it's already got 30 mana in there, so that's another 90 mana on top of that. So 120 mana definitely help you out. Definitely keep you in the fight as long as you need to. Now from there, you can go one of 2 ways. You can go Nature's Muse or Tempest Pearl. Nature's Muse, I don't use it often. I should probably use it more, but I don't use it that often. I prefer Tempest Pearl. Because Tempest Pearl, you don't need to finish it to get the active, which is you grants you a plus 100 max movement speed to nearby allies for 3 seconds. That is huge. That's insane. You can chase down enemies. You can get away. It's definitely a extremely useful card to get in, get out. Secure, lock down those kills, get the hell out of there. In this card, I've got 2 3-point Beta Barriers and a strike card. Again, we're going for tank here. We're going for survivability, keep you in the fight, keep your teammates alive, etc., etc. Now, Nature's Muse, I used this last night for the entire game, and it was definitely useful. 0-0 and 15. It was a hell of a match. But to fully upgrade it, you get reduces active cooldowns for yourself and nearby allies by 5 seconds. That's crazy. Like, that's insane. So your Chimera can jump twice in a row. You can reduce the cooldown on your stasis bomb by a few seconds. So lock down those kills quicker. If your ult is coming up and you need it now, you can pop this. You can use it real quick. Win that team fight. You can take Royal Prime from there and just charge a lane. It's incredibly useful. But in this one, I've got 2 mana cards and one 2-point mana card and 2 1-point health cards. Again, keep you alive as long as possible. That's all the cards in this deck right there. I definitely recommend using this if you're thinking about trying out Dekker as a support. And I'll have more gameplay of Dekker up on the channel here in the next couple of days. You know, she's definitely my preferred carry, my preferred support for Paragon. And that's about it for today, guys. If you have any questions about the deck, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any, character requests, if you want me to build support decks for anybody else, Narbash or Steel even, I'll do it. But yeah, guys, we'll see you soon. Have a great day, guys.